Welcome to the third DevStream summary video. This is a summary video of the stream that happened on the 15th of October over on twitch.tv/ChaosTopsy. The work done in this stream was for release 1.59. The goal was to get to the title page enhancements that we were unable to get to in the previous streams. You'll notice that this video is a lot shorter than the previous videos. It's because a lot of the stream was cut out, and hopefully you will all find this a bit more entertaining. I've tried to just keep the most important parts or the highlights of the stream in this video. The first little bit of work that we needed to complete was adding the new translations submitted for Polish to the app. A big thank you to Stozor for putting the effort in to complete the Polish translation. It is now the most complete translation in the app. A quick little interruption from Edison, my Scottish Terrier. Edison is the master of shadows, and it is rare for us to even see him in a video. And as you can see, Edison did not care about the stream at all and showed no emotion, as is tradition for him. But back to translations. If you're interested in helping translate the app, please head over to the tools page, link in description. If you need any help with using the tool or have any suggestions, please send an email to support@nmsassistant.com. In the previous stream, I mentioned that I really wanted to have images for each of the titles on the titles page. So since the game doesn't have images for each of these titles, we need to go fetch them ourselves. So the first step is to get a list of all the images that we need from the game files. And then it was a long, slow process of looking through the game files and finding images that would be suitable for each of the titles. There was quite a bit of mix and matching going on, where we were trying to find the best fit for each of the titles. I think we ended up with a really good selection, but if you have any feedback or suggestions, please feel free to let me know either through the feedback page in the app or via the support email. Once we had all the images together, we then had to make sure that they were in the correct format, and after that, link the images to the matching title.
1 hour later.
Finally, we have the images displaying in the app, kind of. There were a few images that went missing, but overall I really like the way that the titles page looks with the images. It adds a lot more color and just makes the page a little bit more interesting. Here you can see I was just scrolling through the page to make sure that all the images were loading properly and that we didn't have any strange images mismatching with the title that they were supposed to be with. We also saw that there were some mismatch in sizes with some of the titles. For example, here you can see the frigate icon is very large compared to all the other ones. Once we were done with that, we could get back into adding more features, and one of the features that we worked on was showing the number of titles you owned out of the total number of titles. This is when I learned that there are 216 titles in No Man's Sky. After getting over the shock of how many titles there are to unlock, we then worked on marking a title as owned or not owned, and then we made sure that it worked with setting your player title as well as with the count of owned titles at the top of the screen. Before the stream was over, we had one more insane bug that was messing with me for maybe about an hour. Basically, when you opened the title page and marked an item as owned, it would cause the page to refresh. But if you instead marked the title as not owned, the page wouldn't refresh and would suddenly work as expected, and you could mark and unmark titles as you wanted without the page refreshing. Once we found the bug and squashed it, it was finally time to create the release so that I could go to sleep. If you enjoyed this video or you have some feedback, please let me know down in the comments. And if you want to get early access to videos like these, please consider joining my Patreon. As a patron, you also get Discord benefits as well as a weekly dev update post detailing what I've been up to during the week, as well as what features you can expect to come to the Assistant for No Man's Sky apps. Massive thanks to those of you who are already part of my Patreon. You guys are amazing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next DevStream summary video.